Well, hello everyone. Welcome to the first episode of, this week's episode of Grow420 here on NOK Network, episode 1. I'm your joint host, Ron McNabb, and today we're going to be assembling the second do-it-yourself knockoff earth box. It's a SIP planter, self-irrigating planter. Uh, where here, I'm just going to turn that music off for a bit, and we're going to put some other tunes on a little bit later. That there will just be our intro music while I'm working backstage just to get everything set up behind here and sharing the feed out. So welcome all. Today is January the 25th, Thursday. It is 4:03 p.m. We will be celebrating the Ontario 420 toke in about 17 minutes. So anyways, we're going to do the assembly of this box here. And I was going to do the filling up of it with the grow medium, but I couldn't get perlite. It's not that I couldn't get perlite. I could get it. I just forgot to get it. The store that I went into, Grow Me Green in North Bay, all they had was the big, huge bags for $40. I was in there. I got the HP, the Pro Mix HP with mycorrhizae. I meant to stop at another store just to get a small bag of perlite to mix in with this. Forgot to do so. Checked with local stores in town here where I'm at. They don't have any. And I'm going to North Bay Sunday, so I will be able to. I got to turn that banner off there. So I will be able to pick up a bag of perlite then, and then the next episode of Grow420 will end up being filling up the tote bin here, the grow bin, as well as transplanting the plants from the 3-gallon pot into the bin. That's 2 of them. The third plant will be going from a 3-gallon pot to a 9-gallon pot. So that is what will be coming up on the next episode of Grow420. I don't know about you. I need to have a smoke before we do anything else. So I'm gonna hit the bong here. I'm gonna get the bowl loaded up here, and I do appreciate you all for tuning in today. We've got some great information coming on up. Something that basically changed my growing game. My nemesis. We all have at least one thing that at least I think with, especially anyone who's growing cannabis or growing anything for that matter, but especially cannabis, because that's what we're talking about here on Grow420. Everything cannabis. So anyways, where's my torch lighter here? So anyways, with saying that, I can't remember what I was saying. I'm gonna hit the bong, and I'll probably remember after that. So Cheers, everyone. Light them up. Light them if you got them. We'll be coming right on up with this great episode here. So hold on one moment. We'll have a toke. Peace. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to get some tunes on here. I think we're going to just go to our standard J Frost beats. So let me just open up YouTube Music. And we'll go over here, the library. And I probably have resin on my lips from the bong, but we'll get that looked after in a moment. Let's see, I gotta find the album. Search by albums. And let's go with a long one. We'll do the Cannabis Corner with J Frost Smoke List. There's a lot of different beats on there. So we'll go ahead and we'll play that. Give us some background music. If it's too loud, let me know. If you can't hear it, also let me know. I will check out the live feed in a few moments. Cheers, everyone. Okay, so let's see. We are at 4:08. You know what? I realized I don't have any weed ground up, or do I? Damn, I don't. So I think what we're gonna have to do, because I don't want to miss the 420, so we're just gonna have to grind a quick bud up here, and then we'll get right at assembling this bin. Now, I'll explain in a moment. There we go. Tell you, this works out so much better here. I've got, I'll do a studio tour a little bit later. Hey, Mandy, thanks for popping in. Cheers. We're just getting some weed ready for coming up to 420 for Ontario in about 11 minutes. And there, I got that all ready. So what are y'all smoking on today? I'm smoking on some homegrown cheese. Seeds I actually got from Mike Ellis. Mandy, you obviously know who Mike is. Awesome. Keep tagging people. I want people to know I'm out around here. I'm not on regularly right now, still as a pop-up podcast. You're smoking on some mimosa. Mimosa. And you're gonna hear me do bloopers all the time. But I'm also Grow420 is going to be bringing to you blooper reels. So I've already got some footage compiled. So yeah. So anyways, I think what we should do is, I'm going to get this. I got a case of water here that I'm using as a prop for if we happen to have time after we've done this, we will do the trimming of the plants. I need a little bit of a defol on the 3 plants. So what we will do is I will get this all ready. Let's see, we're at 4:10, so we're good for time. I can move my notebook. Okay. So I guess what I should do, no, I don't need this plugged in yet. I got a hot glue gun. We'll have to be hot gluing some landscape fabric in. It's easier to install it if you just put little dabs of hot glue around the edges. You'll see when we get into this. first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share uh, a little ad, little ad video I put together that comprises some of the first box that I made, and I think it also shows some of the plant, which is Fruit Loop Bubba, that's in there, which came from Frosty, which came from Dano, Dano Zarek from Island Farms. 6 ounces. It's not a confirmed weight, estimated from what some of the stuff that I had been weighing as I was taking it off the plant. Or well, I store my weed in big bins like this. Use the same bin that I'm working with right now for doing the grow bin. It's a 102 liter tote bin from Home Depot. They're like $12, $13. But this is how that's how I store my weed. It's all on the branches, and as I need it, I pull a branch down, and I got jars. Just gotta go back up here. I built a rack for them to slide into there. See, I got these jars here that I'll jar up. They hold a couple ounces in there, I think, or an ounce and a half, something like that. And so that's what I'll go to. And then for my daily stuff, I use these small jars like this, and I gotta make sure I don't. I gotta make labels, because writing names on the lids is no use at all. If you have several jars out and you got lids off several jars, sometimes you can tell what's what by the smell, but sometimes it's kind of hard to tell. So that kind of sucks. So how's the level of the music? Can you hear it? I don't want it to be overpowering anything. I just want it to be in the back. I will pause it for a moment here to bring up this video, because time is getting on, and I want to get this done before the 420, so then we can start on this after 420. AJ, bro, thanks for tuning in from all the way across the pond. Can't hear it much. Okay. How's that level? I'm still adjusting the audio and stuff because I've got a different studio set up from here, where I normally am set up over there. Awesome. Perfect, guys. You guys are my ears. I could check out the live feed, but you guys are listening right there and can type much faster than I can pull all that up. So we got 4:15. So I'm going to pause the music here. We're going to put this video up here. Let's see, I can remove the intro from the lineup, and we'll bring up the ad post. We meant to get an ad up today for the show earlier today, but technical difficulties with uploading and downloading files between myself and Kim. But we're a brand new podcast, so it's expected to have a little bit of a rough start. But you know what? I just wanted to hit the ground running with the content that I do have. No sense in waiting around, because my plants can't wait around, and I'm bringing that content to you as I'm doing it. So here we go. You also have the same thing with the Sharpie lids. Yep, it works awesome. Works awesome. I'll show you the little box I've got them all in. It's just a little hard to get to right now because it's all tucked away. Actually, I'll probably show when I do the video tour of the studio. That'll be better. So we'll go ahead and play this here. Well, okay, hold on. I gotta. No, I don't want that one. No, no, no. I want this original one that was. Well, we'll just do that one. I guess that's what was there. Yeah, we'll go here. Okay. Hopefully you can hear it. Hopefully it's not too loud. I'm still getting used to adjusting the music level when I'm listening to videos. I'll just play and I'll load the bong up, get it ready for 420. So we'll just remove that from the lineup there. We'll keep it up. I'll keep it up in the back, so we'll pop it up later for those who coming in a little bit later. But that was the ad that was supposed to go up on Facebook today. But yeah, due to technical issues, it didn't happen. But you know what? I was prepared to put the show off till tomorrow. But Kim says, you know what? No, go now. Do it now. We'll go with what you got. We'll add everything later. I'm running my intro and outro directly from my computer here, sharing the video file instead of it being embedded in StreamYard. So it doesn't have the network disclaimer on there. And I should have actually pointed that out at the beginning. But anything that I do say or say on this show is of my own opinion, not necessarily the opinion of the network or any of the other shows that are hosted on the network here. So it is my own independent show. I am abiding by the network, the NOK Network protocols and such. But I just want to make that disclaimer there. So anyways, and also I'm not giving any medical advice on this podcast, exactly for educational purposes only. And as I said, this is an evolving podcast. Everything just kind of boom came together, and we're almost at 420. So I could have waited until everything was ready, but then when do you start? Because it's never going to be ready for when you exactly want it. So that's what I'm starting right now. I've got the content, bringing it to you guys, carrying over Frosty Beats here. So we'll put the music back on, and we are full screen. And so we'll sit here and wait for 420 to come. Where's my lighter? I got my regular lighter. There's my torch. Cool torch lighter there too. Here we go. Happy 420, everyone from Ontario, Canada. All right. Now we got that out of the way. We've got the real show coming on here. So let me make some space here. We'll get the second cam up and bring that up on stage. We'll go here, and I just got to share screen out here. Just hold on a second. And why does that look like that? There we go. I had the wrong one set up. Okay, so let's come back to take that off. We'll come back to the comments, and there we go. Okay, so I've got the second cam up here. So as you saw in the picture, you kind of understand what we're going to be doing here. I'm hoping to be able to get through all of this. Um, if I can't get through all of these on here, I'm not going to wait. Actually, I'm not even going to waste my time doing the whole thing because we're not filling it up today anyway. Um, because all in all, there's 40 zip ties that I got to put on these. There's 6 support columns, and 2 of them have got 10. Two of them have got 10 zip ties on. There's a reason for that, and I'll explain in a moment and actually show you. And actually, let me look for number 1. Some of these I put tape on, others I wrote on with marker, and it's hard to see, but there's a 1 right there. So we'll put that right there, and so we'll just set these ones aside. I'm gonna explain to you in a moment what all of this, how this all works. I'm just describing the stuff that I'm pulling out right now, some of the materials that we're using. I have done some of the pre-build stuff on this, so we're not going to be hearing the saws and all that. We might hear one hole being drilled, but I might even just wait on that. I don't have very good lighting in here for this. I know it kind of looks like it's bright, but it's accent lighting that I've got, not accent, but task lighting that's just on the studio bench here. If I turn the big light on behind me, it'll be blasted out. You won't even see hardly anything. But I got a couple of pieces of landscape fabric. One I've already kind of pre-cut that will fit in the whole thing. And then the other piece will be cut into 2 pieces, and we'll get to that in a moment. So what we start out with is, let's get this stuff out of here. Some of my tools that I'm going to need. Man, this shelf works out really well. Here, let me close this box. I'll show you. So I've built a folding shelves here. This is where the second cam sits here. Here's my full weed box. Got and mushrooms. Oh jeez, slam that on there. So yeah. Anyways, we'll do a more in-depth studio tour before we get out of here, and let's get this adjusted a bit better. There we go. Okay, so what we did is we started out with the full lid. Now, what I did ahead of time, before I did any cut, I traced with a Sharpie. Here, let me come to this cam here. Trace with a Sharpie around the perimeter where I wanted it cut. I just used my jigsaw. Now, I would recommend using a Dremel, where it'll take a little bit longer to get through, but you'll get a much nicer, cleaner cut. And in a couple of the areas, I had to go back and retrim because it wasn't, there was still a little bit too much material for where I wanted this to sit down in the bin. Because essentially what you're creating with this is, as you've seen in the pictures, a platform inside here. And this platform will be supported by those pillars. These, it's a perforated drainage pipe. So the bottom, so this platform sits up at about here. So down here, you'll have water. Up here is where you got your growing medium. And then what you do is you put a drain hole just below where the platform sits. So that way, when you're filling this up, there'll be a fill pipe in here, which I don't have yet. I still got to get that. I think I might have one out in the backyard. I got to go tromping through the snow. So that's not gonna. I kind of wanted to be honest with you, I forgot about it. I could have just bought one, but Grow420 here is a big supporter in using what you have, reusing things. Who cares what it looks like, as long as it makes the job, does the job. You can go out and buy these type of a planter, and I don't know what they cost. To be honest with you, I would have to say probably over $100, especially of this size. Maybe more. I don't know. And we're coming up to almost time for a commercial, and so I'll just quickly finish describing this here. So yeah, the fill pipe will go in this other hole, the small hole here, and it'll be like 1.5 inch piece of ABS pipe. You saw in the video. We'll run that video again later for those who haven't seen it. Similar to hempy, you like it. I don't know what hempy is. I saw. I got the idea of watching. There's a YouTube channel, Build a Soil, and they have a trademarked self-irrigating planter called Earthbox. Now that's their name that they've got on that. They own that. I'm not claiming that this is an Earthbox at all. It's a do-it-yourself SIP, self-irrigating planter, and it changed my growing game completely when it came to watering. I have a bad back, so lugging 10-liter jugs of what's happening with the music here? The track's almost done there. There we go. So lugging 10-liter jugs of water and watering my plants in a bunch of pots inside my grow cabinet is kind of hard for me to do. So since doing this, all I got to do is I just got to bring the hose over. I have an attachment on there. What it is actually, it costs about $20, but it's worth it. It's a strain relief with a shutoff, and it works perfect because the strain relief part goes down in the fill tube, and then the shutoff is at the top, and that shutoff actually hooks on the top of the pipe. And the reason why I got the drain hole down just below the platform is that way I got a little tiny container there that as soon as I see a little drip of water come out of there, I know that it's full. With that amount of water that's in there, which is again from about here down, I don't know the liter capacity. I will try to remember to do that before I fill it up with grow medium, because I do want to let you guys know, because I'm actually curious myself too, to see how much water is actually sitting down in there. But I only have to water, even in the height of flower, once every 2-3 days, pretty well throughout much of the grow after they get transplanted into here, easily 3-4 days, and it takes care of itself. And I'm not lugging any water. All I'm doing is just unhooking a hose, rolling it out, just like a 20-foot hose, filling it up, rolling the hose back up, and there you go. I'm done for another 4 days. So anyone who's handy, even if you're not handy, watch this video. There's other videos on YouTube that I learned from. There's several of them. I suggest watch all of them, any of them that you can find, because you can get different ideas. There's some different things that I might change on this. as I go on later on. Who knows? We'll see. But anyways, it is medication time right now, because after all, this is a cannabis show, and it's all about Grow420, growing my own medicine. And here we go. Oh yeah, I ground the weed up, but I didn't. Here, we'll come full screen for a moment. We ground the weed up, and I forgot to put it in the bowl. Actually, we'll do the bong hit off camera right now, as it is 4:32, and we haven't even started on this. But I'm not concerned about getting the whole thing done. I'm more concerned about the education part of explaining to you how it's done, because you can always rewatch the video and go from there. I want to try to keep Grow420 to an hour long. There will be times where we will do a late night behind the scenes episode, where I'll be in studio. Here I go talking again. But I'll be in studio just working on music videos and beats and stuff for the show, working on content to bring to you guys. You guys will just sit and watch me in studio, chilling to the beats, watching what I'm doing, watching it all behind the scenes. Who knows? We might even sometimes hit a 4:20 in the morning. I did the other night, reworking the intro and outro, worked all night, got it done, and I did a 4:20 celebratory talk, 4:20 in the morning. So here we go. I'm going to play the commercial now. We'll be back in about 4 minutes and 20 seconds, folks. Cheers. Stick around. Don't go away. We got more great information here coming up on Grow420 here on NOK Network.
Are you frantically pounding away on your keyboard these days to discuss your views, share your passions, teach a skill, or share a craft to the masses on social media? Podcasting is a bright light that can help you reach a diverse audience. And NOK Network can help. Even if you have no experience, NOK Network will work with you to develop your content to air on our diverse network to reach a wide audience, allowing us all to grow together. Podcasts are aired on multiple platforms simultaneously, across social media and streaming sites, live through our network. Contact us and let's chat about how we can help you develop your podcast and join the NOK team.
Open your eyes.
Join us on Psychedelic Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time for Open Your Eye. Our 60-minute video podcast with hosts Kim Cooper and Tara Simpson. Joint hosts sit down with patients, facilitators, lawyers, and others in the space to discuss their experiences and endeavors working with psychedelic medicine. Tune in weekly to Open Your Eye at 8 p.m. Eastern Time for all your news and information from the realm of psychedelic medicine here on NOK Network. Follow and subscribe to the NOK Network on our webpage, social media, and streaming sites, including YouTube and Rumble.
you a Northern Ontario resident searching for credible information on cannabis as a medicine? No Sir is here to help. Established in 2013, Northern Ontario Cannabis Education and Resources is here for you. No Sir Director Kim Cooper brings you 45 plus years experience utilizing cannabis as a medicine and is spreading the education across the North. Activism, resources, referrals, and more at No Sir. Don't be a jackass. Say no sir to cannabis propaganda with No Sir. Find us at www.nocer.ca.
Now we get back to the regular program. Yeah.
And welcome back, everyone, to Grow420 here on NOK Network. Just give me one moment. I'm just getting one thing ready here, and I got my hands. I was working behind the scenes, and it wasn't quite fast enough. So I do. No, I do not apologize because I don't believe in that. Because whatever happens, happens. So, anyways, I'm just going to get this first one lined up here. And where did it go? There we go. There, and there's the hole. And so I'll just get this first one on. And I should have actually had this one on yesterday beforehand. There we go. Once I get the first one on, it will be so easy. And you're kind of watching me do this here anyway. So anyways, the reason why, and I don't want to do that too tight yet, but the reason why I got to do 10 on this is because I goofed up. Well, let's get the music back on. And I do want to thank you all for tuning in. And if you can't stay for the whole show, that's fine. I don't expect anyone to have to stay, but you know what? If you want to stay, that's cool too. So anyways, as you can see, this goes all the way through. Well, you can see on the top, I traced the outline so I knew where to pre-drill the holes for attaching the zip ties to both the platform and the column. What I failed to do is when I cut these, there's only two that are passed through. So those are the wicking towers. So this will sit in the bin like this. And you know what? I forgot don't have the second camera on. Just give me a moment here. There we go. No, it's the last one here. There. So this will sit in the bottom of the bin. So remember, water here, grow medium up here. And there's two that go all the way through that will have the landscape fabric draped inside, and then you hard pack your grow medium in that tower, in that column there. The reason why you want to hard pack it is because if you don't, it will all settle, and you're going to get air pockets in there, and that's going to stop the wicking action. That's what you don't want to happen at all. You do that, you lose the ability for it to self-water, and then the water that's sitting in the bottom will end up turning nasty, and you got problems. That's the only downside to this system. If your water gets nasty down there, there's no way to really drain it out and do it. That's probably one upgrade that I probably will do at some point, is I will probably put a drainage tap in the bottom. If I need to, I can drain it out and even stick a hose in there through take the drain. I don't know. We'll see, because once the soil's in there, you can't do anything underneath there. So anyways, yeah, time is going on, so I'm not going to really do all of this per se. We will do a couple more on this one, just so that it's a little bit more secure and not flopping around. You know what, we'll do this, put this back up in here. And so there we go. And so I also want to make sure, now I don't know, it's personal preference. The little tab here, for the lock on the zip tie, I want to try to keep it underneath. Doesn't really matter, I guess, but I just want to try to reduce, that music's really loud. I want to try to reduce the amount of possibilities of making a hole in the landscape fabric. So we're going to go ahead and put this one in here. So I just thread this through here. And like I said, I've already got these all pre-drilled. Now you do not need to use this black perforated pipe. You can also, this is hard to see. You can also, oh man, hold on, folks. There we go. There we go. See, you can see me working on there. So there you go. So I'll tighten that up a little bit more now. Tighten that up a bit more. So now that's more secure. Then I'll just come along here and just snip off the end. No need to have those on there. So that's the reason why I've got 10 around there, is because it's on the inside of this, and I just thought that would be better weight distribution on there. It's not going to snap the zip ties. These other ones, those trace outs, those again were just for the purpose of drilling the holes for attaching the other column pieces that will go underneath. So there'll be like 6 of them all together. Here we'll go this way. There we go. So there's your 2 wicking towers there, and then there'll be another one here, one here, one here, and one here, and that's to create support. And then yeah, we're not going to finish this whole thing because a lot of it is just all repetition, geez, there's a blooper. Repetition, because like I said, there's 40 zip ties. Yeah, there's 10 on the 2 wicking towers and 5 each on the other support columns that are just supporting the platform. That's a whole lot of doing the same thing over and over and over again. I don't need to show you. So you get the idea that this will go, and you'll have to trim your platform down to whatever fits. Oh, that column fell out there. So there you go. So now that platform is actually sitting at about here. So then the hole for the drainage I would do right around here, but I'll do that more. I'll do that in the workshop where I got better lighting and all that. So yeah, I highly suggest you do this. If you're having trouble keeping up with watering, or you got a bad back and such, and then again, this is where the fill tube goes in. All it is just a 1.5 inch black ABS pipe. You can use the white PVC pipe too. That would be my preference, but I don't want to go out and spend that money that I don't necessarily have. I have this stuff already laying around. So yeah, we're not going to put the whole thing together because, again, I don't want to do all that repetitive stuff, and it's fairly easy for me to explain what you got to do next. So what would be next is you just take, I've got just a small scrap of landscape fabric here, right? And I will just probably cut this in half from what I've got, maybe a little smaller. Basically what you want to do here, you know what, let me do one. I want to show you. So that's going to need to go. So I want you guys to know what you're looking for to do. Actually, this other side. I'm sorry, I got my back to you there. There we go. Forgot the other one that slid down, the other support column slid down to the other end. It's interfering with stuff. Okay, so we'll go. We're going to cut right here. Doesn't have to be exact or anything. No one's going to see it. It'll be covered in dirt for several years to come at least. And I don't know if I want to double it up, because if I double it up, I think it's a little bit too big. If I double it up, I think that might restrict the water movement too much. It's just basically stop the soil from, or not soil, it's the ProMix HP, just to stop it from going into the water. You might think all the little holes that are in the bottom here, well, actually, there's going to be landscape fabric on there too. But some people, they don't even bother covering this. Okay, so what we've got here, I'll prop this up here. So what you're going to want to do is just, it's going to take a little bit of time just to get it arranged in there. Make sure you got it poked down. This one here is maybe a little bit too small. I might have brought it out a little bit more. But what you're going to do is when you do put the other layer on, so then you'll have one down in this. This one's definitely too small. Oh no, that's the other small cutoff. Yeah, this one's too big. I haven't cut this one back yet, but so say you got that in there. I'll just double it right now just for aesthetics, just so you get the idea of what you're looking to do. So you kind of want to just lay that out along the side there. And then what you're going to do is take your other piece that I've already pre-cut here that will fit in the whole box. I'm not going to glue it in or do anything with it today. Just going to show you how it's done. Again, just take your time, don't rush. You can also use clamps to start with. I actually have some around somewhere. I just don't know where they are right now. But you can put clamps on there just to start with at the top. I find it's always easier to start up at the top like this. You clamp that down. See, just tuck that in. You basically want to keep this up as high to the edge, top edge as you can on both sides. There is enough material to do that. It will go like that. If you can get it to go around the edge like this, because it also depends on how big of a, some of these landscape fabric rolls are huge. Yeah, this one here is not going to go all the way over the top edge, but for example purposes, we'll just do that right now. So you get that all along the top edge there. You got your rim of your lid that you cut out. And And then that area just snap down. Now you may want to just cut a little bit of it out around where the latch goes. Oh, you know what? It does latch. Yeah, it latches. So there you would have like a nice secure thing, and then just trim with an X-Acto knife along here, and there you go. Now to do that, if you're wrapping it around the edge, you would have to have a wider roll of this. I can't remember the width that I have right now, but it's just a roll from the dollar store. There's ones that you can get that are a lot bigger. See, it's only that's 1, 2, maybe 2.5 feet, if that. There's ones that you can get that are a 5 foot roll, 5 foot wide roll. That would definitely work for this. I would definitely recommend that. So yeah, then what you're going to want to do is before you transplant your plants in there, you're going to want to preload or whatever with water, because it's going to take a bit of time for that water to work its way up. Probably a couple of days. I don't know, maybe a day. I don't know. I really haven't. Here, we'll come back full screen for a moment here. I really haven't looked at it exactly and tracked it, but I certainly would recommend doing it before, at least a couple of days before. I'm gonna grab a sip of coffee. I would recommend doing it at least a couple of days before transplanting. Just that way you ensure that the soil is pre-moistened throughout. That way you don't have too much of a shock from the plant. You don't want to have it too wet though. But that's also the nice beauty of this. It's kind of hard to get it too wet. It kind of wicks its way all the way up. And I recommend letting it, and this is not just me, this is from other people that have brand name sips or ones that they've made themselves. They say this as well. When you see it empty, and you can tell, I can look down the fill tube with the flashlight on my phone, and we'll turn the music up there. With the flashlight on my phone, and I can see the bottom. Now, what I'm also planning on doing is maybe a float valve. When I see that float, like the top of the float bar drop down to the same level as the fill tube, then I know it's empty. So that's probably what I'll do. Try to make it easy for me. Automating things without having to go out and spend all the fancy, spend all kinds of money on all the fancy stuff. Do with what you do with what you have, and when you can do better, do better. That's why Grow420 is launched before intros and outros have been completely done, because again, the plants aren't going to wait. They're not going to wait. So we're bringing this content to you guys here on NOK Network. I know I did say that we what's it called? Got sidetracked. Try to read the comment there. I'll get to that in a moment there. I know we did. I did say earlier that we're going to go probably till just 5. But you know what? This is the first official episode of Grow420. 2 weeks ago, we had the pilot episode. We ran for about 2.25 hours. There was so much information that I wanted to get into you guys to explain to you what Grow420 is, how it came to be, and what you can expect to see coming up in the next few days, in the next few weeks, the next few months, and even the next few years. I've got a lot of great things planned. Kim, who owns the network here, NOK Network, she's privy to some of those plans. I don't know when some of those are going to take place. I'm just letting things run as they are, and believe me, I'll recognize when an opportunity comes. And that's exactly how Grow420 came to be. The opportunity came while I was doing the IWK 710 Daily Sesh on Wednesday nights here on NOK Network. It became a thing overnight, right then and there. So, anyways, what we are going to do is I do want to show you the plants. We'll do a little bit of trimming. We'll go for a little bit more time here. I'm having fun. The work's got to be done anyway. So whether I shut the camera off or it's rolling, I'm doing the work. So I might as well just let the camera roll, listen to the beats, have a bong hit or two, and yeah. A fancy pants work stand there. And actually, no, we'll give you guys a quick studio tour right now. I think this is a good time to do that. Just before we, it's a good way to transition. I just got to untangle the camera cord here. I got to get a better camera and a longer cord, but you know what? We're making it all work. Remember what I said? Oh shoot, what was it? Do what you can with what you have. When you can do better, do better. There you go. I think you're doing a great job. Very informative, easy listen to. Keep it up, man. Thank you. And you know what? That's the kind of feedback that I'm looking for. I'm not, and I will get back to that other comment. I haven't forgotten about that. But that's what I want to bring to you guys. No nonsense, no bullshit, no drama. Just literally a place where I'm not anyone special. I'm not a pro. Not by any means. I'm not even going to pretend to be. Jeez, why would I do that? All I'm doing is I'm just some poor disabled guy that hurt his back years ago and found a way to get off all the pills I was on and growing my own medicine and growing more than I can consume myself, helping others who are in need. That's what it's all about. That's what Grow420 is all about. If everybody grew their own 420, man, cannabis scene in Canada would look very different than what you see right now. Very different. Start where you are with what you have. When you can do better, do better. If it's even one little plant in a windowsill and a solo cup and all you get is 1 gram off it, do it. Your time's going to pass by anyway. Sorry, I'm just trying to get which screen I got to put on here. Okay, dual cam setup. There we go. We're going to get to this other comment. We're going to do that right now. Okay, we use ProMix in our shop. Switching to coir though. These types of irrigating pots work well with almost any medium. Perlite probably the cleanest. I'll have to show you some of mine. Even our houseplants benefit from this approach. Air roots, exactly. Some people use tubing capped off one end as a float. Yeah, definitely. That's one of the, probably the first upgrade that I'm gonna do. Before I even do like a clean out on the bottom, clean out and drainage valve on the bottom is a float system. That way I don't have to keep looking. Just make it easy. At just quick glance, oh, I know it's empty. Boom. I usually wait like a day or two before I don't know if I mentioned that. That's what I was trying to get to. Here, I'm just gonna get the other one of my plants. Yeah, I let it give it a chance to dry out a little bit, and not too much. Believe me, it won't. Like in 2 days, it won't dry out too much. It'll still be damp several days later. So that's the other beauty of this. Like you can fill it up. If you want to go away for a few days, and I've done it. I've let my grow run automatically. Crossed my fingers I didn't lose hydro, but if I lose hydro when I'm at home, I'm screwed anyway. So I just let things roll. I can't get upset about it. I can't. There's nothing I can do about it. I don't have battery backup. I do have a generator, but I'm not going to put the generator up on this. If I happen to get a few seeds here and there, oh well, I get a few seeds here and there. Free seeds, right? So yeah, I've gone away, and what you can do is, remember, the water will last in there before it empties out 3 to 4 days, depending on the growing stage you're in. And when you're on, anyways, never mind. And then you can wait. You don't have to refill it for another couple of days after that. So there's like 3 to 6 days that you don't have to worry about watering. That's pretty good in my opinion. And in my opinion, that's a whole lot better than even relying on a like deep water culture, like hydroponics, because if your pump gives out or whatever, that you get huge issues there. I've thought about doing hydroponics, but for that reason, because where I live, it's a high risk for me. So this here is the first of the 3 Grapefruit Diesel Feminize. So this is number 1. There we go. And nice, beautiful, full-looking plant. And we got roots coming out of the bottom. Now these were transplanted 2 weeks ago here on the show, January 11th. And from 1 gallon pot to 3 gallon pot. So they are pretty well ready. It's not an immediate need, but they're almost ready to be transplanted into the grow bin. So that will sit. Oh shit! Almost took out my TV there. So you can see there. By the time, now this is a stubby plant, the healthiest looking plant, strongest looking one, but she's stubby. And so we're gonna get to doing a little bit of trimming here, and but I grow using a scrog method. So I've made my own scrog nets. You'll see them. There will be a revamp on them using other materials, but using the same mold and mildew resistant rope or twine or whatever I get from Dollarama, which seems to work quite well. So what we're going to do is, you can see it's pretty bushy. We're going to get rid of these big, huge fan leaves. There's nothing really wrong with them, with the way they look. If I was transplanting this right now into, say, a 5 gallon or a 6 gallon pot, I probably wouldn't even take anything off. Maybe just some of the lower stuff way down below, down in here. Well, this one here for sure, because that's like right now it's near the ground. So this one we're just gonna pull down. I could cut it off, but I'm just gonna do a quick pull like this. And that's something I learned from, I mentioned it, I think, 2 weeks ago. But that's something I actually learned from uh, Johnny Burfalo, uh, Johnny B out in BC. Um, if you're pulling, trimming your leaves off with your hands, if you do it slow, you're gonna pull it off, and you're gonna get a little bit of fiber on there most of the time that will still be attached to the stem, and the fibers are very strong. So if you think you can try to pull it off, you might, but more often than not, you got to use scissors, or you're going to damage the plant. You don't want to do that. So what you do is you just grab the stem of the leaf, just near the little bit near the, not too close to the stalk, and you just do a quick pull down. So we'll do that here. We'll try to go around here. There you go. Because it's fatter leaf, a little bit more fibrous, a little tougher to get off. I am going to take off these big, huge leaves here. Now, these ones I will cut because they're so far in that I don't want to take a chance on ripping something off so I want to make sure I'm actually getting on the branch of the leaf. It's this leaf right here, this big one here that we're taking. Now, I'm not going to go right up to the stalk. I'm going to leave a little bit of a nub. If you can, I think that's a good idea. I think it's less trauma directly at the stalk. So there's another one off. Gorgeous looking leaf. I think I might, there's a couple of marks on it. You can see. That's a little loud. I have done some that have been perfect leaves, pressed them in a book. I know I'm missing some comments here. I'm going to come back to them here. Passive hydroponics. Exactly. That's exactly what this is. It's a bit of a mix of both worlds, and it works especially for low budget. And yeah, talking about the other, like people use it for vegetables, and it works amazing apparently for peppers. Any vegetable really that needs like a constant supply of water, where it's not getting overwatered. It's very, very hard to overwater with this. I do sometimes top water. That's usually when I do a top dressing. I use Gaia Green. I should have brought the buckets in here. I've got a couple of empty buckets. I'll make sure to bring some in, just keep them here. As I said, the studio's being built as each episode comes along. A lot of the stuff's coming to me. It's what I got in my mind with what I've got sitting out in my shop here, with what I've been working here to make it work to bring all this to you guys. So yeah, even this one here, I'm not going to do anything with this branch here. This branch here will keep growing out here. And with the scrog method, those who aren't familiar with that, what you do is I don't have very, very much height in where I'm growing. I don't even know what the height is. I haven't measured it, but it's not very much. But all I'm basically growing is colas. Once this gets up to a certain height, then I bend the branches down, and they'll fit underneath this net. I'll weave the branches back and forth, and as the branches spread out, at each node, where it normally would be a small one going all the way down towards the center of the stalk, you'll get a sprout, a stalk coming up straight. And then you'll get colas growing like a 6-inch, 8-inch cola, just cola tops. If I had better lights, I could probably grow bigger ones. But I'm, again, using what I've got. When I can do better, I will do better. So this one here, yeah, I would cut the leaf off the bottom of this just to clean it up. Here, just to clean it up a bit so I can see a little bit in here. Now, it's not too much. Well, it's mainly because I'm going to be transplanting them. So I just don't want anything unnecessary to be there. I'll just go around clipping a few of these quickly. To give you just a little bit of an idea of what she'll look like. You kind of get an idea when you're looking at the plant, and as you're doing it, you kind of will feel where you need to, which leaves you need to pull. One thing I try to do is I just try to keep symmetry with the plant. So if I'm taking a big leaf off on one side, I'm going to take it off on the other, obviously. You know what? I might even take this one. I'm probably going to get quite brutal with this because it is going to be transplanted soon. And a couple more close down to the ground here. So we'll remove that one. We'll remove this one. So when I do get them transplanted, what you're going to see is you'll end up seeing an explosive growth. It's going to look kind of scraggly and anemic right now. And what happened to our music? Hold on. Okay. Not sure what happened. I think there's like a blank spot there. Anyways, there we go. We've gone to the next track. So yeah, I got another one here. Take this one off. Take this one. And then there's a couple that are close down here. I'm going to leave here. Let me take this off first and you'll be able to see. There we go. So that's good down below there. There's another one here. Salad. They're great in soup. Exactly. Put them in smoothies. If you're going to put them in the smoothie, though, I do recommend having like a high-speed blender, like a Vitamix. From what I understand, I remember watching a lot of Jason Wilcox's videos. Rest in peace, Jason. Cannabis pioneer in Canada for the patients. And you're going to hear a lot about cannabis and patient rights and how patient rights are being completely abused when it comes to cannabis in Canada. And most of the general public have got no freaking idea. No idea whatsoever. Even if they're not consumers, whether they're consumers or not, they've got no idea. As it is right now, I'm a registered medical patient. First of all, why should I be a registered medical? Why should I have to register to get permission to use? I have to get permission to grow this. Some people may say, oh, it's legal federally to do it. Yeah, maybe so. They're still giving you permission to do it. Why do you need permission to grow this? I have 3,500 square feet of gardens outside this house right now. We grow all kinds of vegetables. I grow 4 plants outdoors. And I do a couple of plants indoors to keep me busy. I like the taste of the indoor weed better. I grow the outdoor weed so I can have the volume that I need to carry me through the year, and have enough to be able to help others in need. Press the leaf into a client's concrete driveway years. Oh, that would be cool. That would be so wicked. So many friends and family used to the hardcore drugs prescribed by their doctors. Shame. Cannabis for life. Yep. 100%. And that comment there is an awesome segue into what I want to say next. There will be a public service announcement, media clip that will be generated, that I will be popping up throughout the show several times, with in conjunction with the cannabis substitution program out in Vancouver, BC, the Vancouver downtown east side. The program's been running for about 7 years out there now. They're helping. They've been helping people get off the hard drugs, and from people of all walks of life. And most people's conception of a drug addict is 100% wrong. But I think honestly, a lot of it just comes out of fear, an unconscious fear that they know that could be them one day. It's just circumstances in life that happens that sometimes people end up in a bad place. And then you couple that with not being able to get proper access to low barrier access to cannabis, making it hard for patients to medicate anywhere. I'm a patient. I have to stand outside when I go to grocery shopping. Like, I smoke inside my studio here. I'm free to do so. But when I go outside, when I go out to do grocery shopping, when it's minus 40 outside, guess what? And I smoke every 3 to 5 hours, or more if needed, as needed, depending on what I'm doing. And I have to stand. I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining because I do it. I'm complaining not for me. I'm complaining for all patients, because this is right across the board, right across our whole country. Patients don't have proper access to go somewhere to be able to, in a dignified way, consume their medication. You're relegated to either taking edibles. Well, the edibles don't work for me. So that's out of the question. The easiest way for me to consume is to smoke a joint when I'm out. As a patient, patients shouldn't have to be forced to stand outside in minus 40 degree weather to be able to take care of their pain and to be able to get through the day, to settle their anxiety and depression symptoms. So anyways, you're going to see more of that with in conjunction with the cannabis substitution program out in BC. There are several other chapters out in BC, as well as a few more across the country. There'll be more information coming up on all that. This platform here is been able to for me to be able to have a voice to share my opinions and well, quite frankly, the opinions of so many patients, and not even patients, just other people who actually understand, even some people who don't even consume. So that's what Grow420 is all about. You're going to see a whole variety of content here. But there you go. You saw how bushy that was. Looks a little bit anemic now, but you know what? When she gets transplanted in a few days, like, I got to go to North Bay Sunday to get the perlite. So this is what? Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So probably Monday, Tuesday, they'll get transplanted. I think you're going to see explosive growth. They'll have one or two more waterings in this time. Right now, I'm just bottom watering. I'm not even top watering. I'm going to wait until they're in the bin. I don't want to disturb too much of the plant. But I think once I transplant it into the bin, I think it will just take off. I've seen that before with the Fruit Loop Bubba I did. The last grow I did in it kind of flopped, but I was sick. I was severely sick. Still not out of the woods yet, but I am feeling much better, and I'm so excited to be able to bring all this to you guys. Not going to do the trimming on the other two plants because it is 521 right now, but I do want to show you them. I'll bring them over, and then we'll play the ad again that showed the previous Earthbox or do-it-yourself sip build, and some of the prep work for the one that I'm doing here now. So I'm just going to step off cam here for a second, grab these plants, and we'll be back in a moment. And I just dropped my phone. I forgot I had the phone strips across between the desk and the studio desk. Okay. So this one here is Grapefruit Diesel number 2. Now this is the one that was all scraggly. I'm going to get this big token out of the way. I realize that other plants sitting halfway off and I don't want to dump her on the ground. I don't want to be mean to her. Better treat your plants very nice. If you treat them nice, they will treat you nice. Let's see, I'm looking for more. The love shows you wouldn't like to see how we transplant several. Yeah, I know, and you know what? Honestly, I don't like using the word that I'm a weed connoisseur because that kind of makes it sound like I'm being stuffy and uptight and better than anyone else. But no, not at all. I'm a weed connoisseur from my own perspective. For me, I enjoy trying different strains. I enjoy growing different strains, but also consuming different strains. See what they taste like, what the effects are, all of that. And when you do have the individualized care on a plant, you can tell the difference at the end of the day. Can. Not always. It depends on where your mindset is on it. For a lot of people, weed's weed. Like, I'll ask my boys, hey, that's a good strain. Like, they'll give me some to try. And I'll say, oh, that's pretty good. Well, what strain is it? I don't know. It's weed. So there you go. I'm just trying to share my perspective. If it matches up with someone else, hey, great. Not trying to convince anybody. Not at all. Evening peoples, I know who that is. That is Mr. Mike Ellis. How you doing, bro? So glad you're able to tune in here. We are unfortunately almost done. But we've been running since 4 p.m. Eastern time here. We did the 420 Ontario toke. There you go, see? And oh shit, where am I going there? There we go. I gotta take that off. I'm clicking the wrong buttons. I gotta get new glasses, but it could be these are old. My newer ones, they're old too, but they're broken. So I'm using ones that are 7 years old. So it could be that, or it could be residual effects from the illness that I was diagnosed with last year, sarcoidosis. And we'll get more in depth one night. Probably one night. We'll probably do a late night behind the scenes of Grow420 to get to meet the host, get to know me a little bit more. What brought me to cannabis? How everything came to be where I'm standing right now here at this moment. So that will definitely be an episode that will be coming up, and we will have that most likely as a late night session where we'll run probably for a couple hours or more, listen to the frosty beats in the background, of course, smoking weed. And so, yeah, we'll do that. We got someone saying evening, Mike. Some of these people, I'm not able to see your name. It does say Facebook user, as you can see on my end here. That is because you need to grant StreamYard permission to see your Facebook name. If you don't want to do that, you're not comfortable, that's fine. It's basically just permission for them. It's just the same way as I can see your comments here. That's an agreement that Facebook and StreamYard has, but for privacy reasons, they have the option for people not to share their name out. If you do want to share your name for myself and everyone else to see, there should be a link, I think, in the heading of the post. But you can also go to streamyard.com/Facebook, or is it shit? Facebook? Oh, fuck. I can't remember what it is now. And I don't know if I can see it from here. I'm going to try to remember to get that up, and I'll do up at a banner. Like, as I said, this podcast is still evolving. I'm looking for my notebook and pen. Here we go. This podcast is still evolving. I've just created a couple of banners. Literally, one of them was just like $3.59. I clicked save on it, and it was this banner right here. For when I first come on, we've got some beats that I made for while I'm getting ready backstage after going live. It just gives me an easier way to transition rather than just popping up on the screen. So I'm going to make sure I put a banner for, what was that for? Let's go back to this one here. Oh yeah, the Facebook StreamYard. If anyone can remember, you can just also comment too in the comments for anyone who's interested. Or you can also Google it too. Facebook StreamYard. But I will make a banner that I can pop up from time to time when I do recognize people being listed as Facebook user. And it's totally optional. It's fine. I won't be offended if you don't want to show your name. That's fine too. So anyways, we're almost done out of here. These ones here, you can see, don't need as much trimming. I will do a little bit down on the bottom just to clean it up a bit. So I just snapped that one quick. I'll do this one here. Maybe this one. Sometimes when they're that little on smaller branches, I'll just pinch my thumbnail and index finger and index fingernail in the thumbnail and just pinch the leaf off. Some of these smaller branches I'm going to leave on. We can move that leaf there. I will leave on just to let them get a little bit bigger for only one reason. If I want to take any clones, I can take them off down from the younger, more tender areas than the more woody stock part of aged woody stock, older woody stock. I've done clones from more mature tops, and I did not like it at all. Much harder to get things to root. So I got one more plant to show you, and then we will be out of here. This one here is Grapefruit Diesel number 3. There we go. And here, let's get this bucket out of here for a second. Let's just plant it up. So this one here. Oh, so the middle one, the number 2, that one, the leaf. If you look back at previous shows, I'll post up links and all that for everyone. You can also find some of these over on Grow420 on Facebook. I'm not broadcasting to Grow420 right now. Facebook, unfortunately, has limitations with new pages. Can't go broadcast to StreamYard. So they say just keep checking back. So I'll be doing that. But yeah, you can definitely go to the Facebook page, and there is updates on there on a lot of this. But the number 2 plant, the leaves were all like wrinkly and growing all weird. Some of it's grown out a bit, but they're still a little bit weird looking. And this one here was the runt. And we topped them. And I can't remember. I think the runt was still taller than the other 2 plants. And this is like gone like crazy. And I've seen that before, where I've had a plant that was just so stunted when it was in the solo cup. And as soon as I put it into a 1 gallon pot, it started taking off a bit. And then when it was transplanted again, holy cow, like so much growth. So this is actually the tallest plant. Some of it, there is a little bit of stretching between nodes, which I'm okay with that because I'm going to be bending. Here, let me bring the camera up. Because I will be bending these branches down and such for the scrog net. And a lot of this lower stuff that's way down below here will come off. This one might not. This one I'll probably leave. Just the way that it's growing because it's already up to here. So by the time I'm ready to put the scrog net on, see, I put this down here and it's already almost at that point. This does need a little bit of trimming. So I'll just pull a couple of leaves off there. We'll trim more of it after off cam. And get my scissors again. We'll just do this bigger one here. Take that off. This one. See, I'm leaving a little bit of a nib. Here, let's see if I can get the camera in closer. Okay, where are we here? There's my finger. Where is it? See, I'm leaving a little bit of a nib. So there's another leaf in the way. There's the other one right there. There we go. There, now you see them. Now you see the 2 nibs there. Again, I don't know if it's significant. I just think it probably helps with not having as much trauma close to the stalk. Take this one off. Again, it's going to look anemic, but I'm not worried because I've seen them be stripped almost bare, and then you transplant, you pot them again into their final home, and keep them in there for a little bit, and then do the flip, and then the stretch. Holy cow. Well, I'm not even on the plane here. So yeah, we're going to just finish this off. We'll take that one off to match that side. We'll take this one off. Another one down here. We'll leave that branch there. Another big one up here. We'll take this one off. Now, some people may say I'm taking too much off. Now, you will see that some of this is a little droopy. It does need to be watered, and it is also lights out right now for them. I know I brought them out. Oh well. Bring me out in the comments later. But no, just kidding. So anyways, there we go. I'll leave that one on. Even though it's kind of big and out in the way, I think, but it's kind of protecting this small shoot here. Let's see if I can get up to it. See that one right there, that little small shoot? So I don't want to necessarily take that off because that's helping to feed that. Kind of just look at your plants and read them. There we go. I think we'll do this one too. That one's not looking too great. Yeah, that definitely needs to get back in the light later on, right? And back in our home where the humidity is more relevant to their liking. Nibs are handy when doing LST. It leaves the plant less vulnerable. Exactly. That's my opinion. To stay away from the stay as far away from the stock as you can without interfering with anything else. You know what? I'm going to do the studio tour right now. We did a little bit of one just at the thing here. Oh yeah, I did show you the weed box. It's just an old instrument box, I looked it up before. It's some kind of road building measurement tool or something like that, or some kind of thing like that. So, anyways, we've got the couch over here. We've got the big screen TV where we've got the Grow420. I don't have a very long camera cord here, but there's the Grow420 logo there. And that's the screen where I can bring other stuff up when I'm sitting over at the director's chair over there. There's going to be some big changes coming in the studio here too, because I've got a dark green bed sheet hanging from the wall there to be able to give me a background where you can see me and I'm not faded away into the back. I think I'm going to paint all the walls black. It's in the basement here. These walls are just on 2x3 walls that the bottoms are already cut off from years ago. Before we moved in, the basement had flooded out. And rather than taking all the walls down, they just cut the bottoms off. So I've painted stuff up, made it look nice, trimmed out the edges. You can see a little bit around the outlet right there. And then the top of the wall up there. But this wall here is just 2x4 cut in half with plywood recycled from a skid. Oh geez, we're at 5:39. Anyways, we're doing okay. Allowed StreamYard. Face awesome. Shane, awesome. Glad you're here. Same when we bought our place. Yeah, actually, this isn't my place. I do rent, but my landlords are great. It's actually Métis Nation, and they don't bother me. The very first thing we asked is, can we do gardens? They said, yeah. Just don't build over the septic. So we didn't build over the septic. We built gardens, 3,500 square feet of them, where we grow. Forgot to mention all of it. We grow cannabis, a whole assortment of vegetables that we put up for canning. We freeze, other ways of processing them, and just many other medicinal herbs and culinary herbs and such. Other medicinal plants that are wild in the nature that government considers weeds, but truly they're actually very beneficial plants. One of them is mullein, dried mullein leaves for tea. This was harvested a couple of years ago, but we grow a few mullein plants a year around our place. I've got some ground up. It's awesome for smoking, blending in with your bong, or just smoking by itself. It helps open up the airway. Research it out. Freaking awesome. Glad you think so. And again, that's the feedback that we're looking for here. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of changes coming up over the time. Different ideas that I've been having with doing the studio, making it all be able to work and bring everything to you guys. Again, I figure I'm already doing the grow, doing all the work. A lot of times I've been taking pictures and making videos of updates and posting to Facebook and such. I gotta fix lighting here. I gotta get a glare shield here. See, right now I'm just using printer paper with binder clips on. Well, here I'll show you. We'll come back to this dual cam here where we are. There we go. And they're clip lights, but the clips are broken, so I've just got it stuck up through the rafter there, the cross piece, and I haven't got a chance to put the paper on that one yet. I got to dig out a couple more binder clips from my wife's office. So that's probably what's giving me the most glare right now with that one. And again, that clip's broken too, and it's just jammed up there, but it works. It works to bring Grow420 to you guys. We have it, mucus alleviation. Exactly. And there's so many different plants that are so beneficial. Yet we're grown up told that they're harmless, they're not harmless, but they're harmful, or they're no good for you, and you got to have this. Meanwhile, it's some synthetic concocted, something that's concocted up in a lab. Really? Which is better? Something that's natural? And I'm not saying not all things that are natural are not harmless. There's some natural things that are very harmful. So use your head, do your research, and there you go. That music's a little. So we're going to get out of here in a moment because I think we've pretty well covered everything. It's too bad we didn't actually get to build the whole box, but we did do, I think, a pretty good explanation on what you got to do. So if you are interested in doing any of that, you know how to watch the replay. You know where to find us. Save it, share it to your messenger. That way you've got the link right there. You want to build one of these, $13 at Home Depot, one of these bins, a few bucks for some landscape fabric if you got some laying around, or buy some from the dollar store. The most expensive part is the grow medium, $50 for the big bale of the Pro Mix, but it's worth it. I'm not spending $300 a month on getting my medicine that allows me to be able to do all of this. I've come from during the intro. You saw a few pictures of me from before cannabis, and then after. Totally different person. You'll see it on the outro in a few moments here. But I am going to bring up this ad here that I had tried to get posted in time on Facebook today, but we'll bring it up here anyway. So I'll pause the music here, and then we'll be out of here in just a minute. Pepe the farmer called so many wonderful plants weeds. Yeah. Unfortunately, a lot of people who call certain plants weeds. Some of it is out of ignorance because that's what they've been told and that's what they've grown up with, myself included. Again, you're going to hear this theme a lot. Start with what you have, with what you have and what you know, or whatever. I have it written down here somewhere exactly. When you can do better, do better. That's what it's all about, honestly. I now know that a lot of these plants are not weeds. They're very, very beneficial plants. And cannabis being, I would have to say, in my own opinion, I've heard this from other people as well, but I would have to agree, the most beneficial, easier to access natural plant therapies. There's others that I believe that are probably better, like ayahuasca,
and iboga and stuff like that. But that's all, I think, part and parcel of the whole healing journey of natural therapy to make yourself well. Enough of the pills, enough of that crap. I've done it. I'm not anti-pharma. I've had to go on some medications over this past year. I'm facing right now having to maybe possibly go on a low dose of steroids for a month. I don't want to. I really don't want to. But if I need to, then that's what I believe in. I'm not going to be so staunch about it and say, no, cannabis for everything. I'm going to weigh it all out. And even then, I still don't know what I'm going to decide until I'm faced with that decision. Hopefully I don't have to, but we'll see. And I'm not just going to take the doctor's word for it. I'm going to research on my own. If I need to get a second opinion, I will. Because there's a reason why they call what the doctors do practicing medicine. They're practicing. And they're practicing it on you. So don't take exactly what they say word for word. Do your own research. Get a second opinion on things. And if your doctor is against cannabis, two things you can do. Either find a new doctor that believes in it and will work with you, or if you're able to, and this is the better one, try to educate your doctor about cannabis. Throughout my whole health ordeal, I have never missed an opportunity to talk about cannabis and what it has done for me and what it can do for other people. So the more and more, and that as messed up as legalization will be for many years to come. I think the greatest benefit of it is it's got cannabis out in the open. There's people using it that would never have used it before because it's not illegal. Should never have been illegal in the first place. That's a topic for whatever, late night, behind the scenes Grow420 episodes. So again, I do want to thank you all for tuning in. Hope you've all enjoyed yourself today. I'm not trying to prove anything to anybody. I'm just sharing my story. You're just following along with me in my day-to-day journeys, taking care of my plants and growing this podcast. So again, please like, follow, and subscribe to Grow420 on Facebook and on YouTube, as well as on NOK Network, the network that is so graciously hosting this podcast. Being able to give me a platform. We are streaming out to 8 different locations live right now, 4 different Facebook feeds. There's myself, NOK Network, Cannabis Information with Northern Ontario Kim, Cannabis Oil and Advice Oil Advice and Information for People and Pets. Then we're also on LinkedIn on NOK Network, Grow420 on YouTube, NOK Production on X, formerly known as Twitter, and we're also on Rumble as NOK Network on Rumble. Now, unfortunately, any viewers that are on Rumble, comments are not able to be ported through to the stream here. That's something that a lot of podcasters are trying to work with to get StreamYard to be able to do. I don't know what the issues are. There could be technical issues. It could be licensing issues. There could be whatever. I don't know. But hopefully it gets resolved soon because we do get a lot of viewers on Rumble. Now, Rumble tends to be a little quiet in the chat, but sometimes there is the odd comment, and I would love to be able to at least acknowledge the viewers over there. So the best I can do is just acknowledge you guys out over there in Rumble land. And as soon as we can get comment portability from there, we'll do it the way we're doing here. So I think that is everything. Oh yes, we wanted to show you the ad, and then we will do our close. So this here video I'm going to just put up here is there's a quick collage that I put together in a music video, promo ad that contains some of the first build that I did, as well as the pre-build of the second box. You'll also see the Fruit Loop Bubba that was grown in the first run in that bin. I got an estimated amount of 6 ounces out of a 30 by 33 inch grower area. So here we go. I'll add this up on stage here now. There. Nice, solid, dense buds. Beautiful, beautiful smoke too. Lots of purple. Go up, move on again. Don't forget to tell all your friends about this podcast. Again, we're just in a pop-up mode right now as content becomes available. Like I said, we don't even have the full branding for the commercials yet, and everything. I'm running the commercial sets directly from my computer, and instead of embedded in StreamYard. But as I said, the plants can't wait. We'll come back full screen. We'll have another toke here just before we hit the close. And I'm trying to find my torch lighter. There we go. You know what? I am really pleased with the way this desk worked out. I don't know if I showed you the very bottom. I'll show you once real quick here. At the stage. So down the bottom here, there's the fold-up shelves for the camera and the laptop. These will fold up and they'll latch. But while I'm working on the show, I've got space here. See, this is where I'm working here, but I've got all the space here to have my coffee, my toilet paper to wipe the resin off my lips from the bong. We'll come back full screen there. We'll get rid of this here. Stop that. That is the okay. That's the close. I'm just doing some of the pre-close here, so I don't have a whole bunch of stuff jumbled up on the screen. I can just click the outro. Got to keep things organized. Got to keep it organized. So anyways, if you see me leaning in real close like this, it's because I'm trying to read the comments. Again, eyesight's not the best right now. So anyways, cheers everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of, this premiere episode of Grow420, episode number 1 on January 25th, 2024. Stay tuned for more exciting episodes coming on up as the grow progresses. I am hoping to be able to work towards very quickly to be a bi-monthly podcast to start, where I'm going to be like the first and third week of the month on a specific day, with wanting to then move into full weekly time slot, regular time slotted, and the bi-monthly would be time slotted for 4 p.m. so we can catch the Ontario 420, because after all, a show called for Grow 420. If you're not celebrating your home province, or wherever you live, your own 420, then I'm just glad I was able to make it work for this. I'm so happy for you to be here, Shane. I really appreciate you being here, but more importantly, I also appreciate your engagement in the comments, because you know what? That helps me out too. Because as a podcaster, I don't know if you've done any of it yourself, but anyone who is a podcaster, if you're standing up talking for an hour and a half, it gets pretty lonely very quickly, and very weird, strange, eerie feeling, in my opinion, when there's no anybody commenting and you're just talking, you're having to try to think of things to talk about. Viewer comments, viewer engagement is so important in any podcast. It's what keeps it going. It's what makes the podcast. Like I said, I'm just some guy just growing his weed, doing the work anyway. So if you can benefit from it, hey, great. We'll be listening to great tunes most of the time here. There's also a whole lot of other new episode ideas I have coming up. I'm not going to get into it all right now because I've talked too long. We're going to hit the bong. We're going to hit the outro in a moment. So peace. Stay tuned for updates on Grow420, Facebook and YouTube, and on NOK Network on Facebook on when the next episode of Grow420 will happen. Cheers, everyone. Thank you again. Peace. So in closing, I just wanted to just quickly mention, because I don't think I went into explained it fully. The PSA, the public service announcement that I'm having, a media clip that I'm having developed as a collab between Grow420 and the cannabis substitution program. It will be popped up several times throughout the show. Just letting people know that, hey, if you're having a hard time with prescription drugs, opioids, or street drugs, or anything you want to get off them, but you can't because of the withdrawals, high dose edibles will work, or can. I'm not going to say will. I do believe personally they will, but you got to be the right mindset and all of that, right set and setting. Otherwise, it's just wasted weed. But anyways, look forward to coming to you. I'm so excited. Sorry you're late. Gonna watch your replay. Definitely, Kim. And you know what? I was only gonna come on for an hour, but here it is. We're closing up now. 2 hours. We're still just at the beginning of the growing of Grow420. So there's just so much to say. I don't want to just bring content without giving relativity to that content. So there's going to be a little bit of stories given here and there of why I'm showing you what I'm showing you, how I'm showing all of that. So anyways, we're going to get out of here now. Thank you, Kim. So anyways, yeah, you're definitely going to want to watch the replay. I think you're going to really enjoy what you see. And I'm not trying to be boastful. I'm just excited. I'm excited that I'm able to bring a lot of what I haven't worked in the regular workforce since 2014. 40. I was 40. I'm 50 now. And it's just a piece of skin on my teeth, my lip. I thought it was a piece of weed from the bong bowl. And I'm now able to utilize a lot of what I've learned in the accumulated information I've accumulated over my working career. That goes to bringing this show to you here. I've worked in the advertising industry. I've worked in the AV, like audio-visual industry. I've worked in office furniture, so office development design. I love music. I've had a lot of exposure to music, including recording studio back when I was a young teen. So you're going to see a lot of music coming in to Grow420 here. We are going to have J Frost Beats as the primary beats. Maybe some of the beats I've made might make the list, but we'll see. Definitely one of the ones I did was for the beginning of the show as I'm working backstage, getting ready to come on. So I'm excited for all that. You get to see some of the behind the scenes, me working with BandLab and ClipChamp and showing what I do to bring what you guys see to this screen. You guys see it all from my perspective behind the scenes. So stay tuned for updates. As I said, peace, everyone, and good night. We'll play the outro here. Oh, shoot. Is this the outro? Did I not? I'm just going to have to pop this up on here. I forgot. Don't think I named it. Just give me a second. Yeah, this is the outro. I have the ability to name the video screen that I've got at the bottom of the board here that I'm controlling the broadcast from. And I named everything else, but I didn't name this. And I didn't name the logo screen. So I've got 3 screens here that say Ron McNabb. So I wanted to make sure that I was clicking the right thing and I had the right thing loaded up. Yep. Peace, Kim. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Shane. Anyone else? Other people who comment, Mike Ellis, Jay Alty, Mandy Secure. Shout out to all you guys. And I know, Mandy, you tagged Beulah. Awesome. Good news. I heard about her husband. They're coming home. So great to hear that. Just saw that post just before I came down to it live on the show today. So anyways, thank you all. Yeah, there's Mandy's comment to Beulah. So we'll come full screen for a second and then we'll play the outro. Peace, everyone. Thank you again. Don't forget, stay happy, but most importantly, stay high. Thank you all again here from Grow420 on NOK Network. Peace. Oh, there we go.